I spent a lot of time in my childhood trying to figure out where I should fit in, where I could fit in. And the older I grew up, the more I realized, well, fitting in is it's pretty lame. You also realize that most people are also trying to fit in, and they're all cutting off aspects of themselves to fit in. And you realize, so where do you fit in? But you realize to fit in, you cut aspects of yourself off. It makes sense. Where instead of bringing your true self to the fold, you cut off those individualistic or those creative or those things about you that make you you. You cut those things off to fit in, and you realize once you fit in, there's no you in there, if that makes sense. And I think that got amplified when I got to Kenya. And I was 18, and a bunch of uni students here, everybody in high school going to uni. And I remember I met this lady at the petrol station once, and she was with her friends and everything. And I was like I said, I just got to Kenya. I was so gassed. She was the first Kenyan girl I talked to. It was really weird. And like we went on a date, and I remember talking to her. And I remember thinking, like, so that's what this thing is about. It was just like nothing against her, like this was years ago, but there was no substance in it. It was like just everything was so fun, pleasure, just there was no this thing out here. And when I was speaking with her, she was telling me how she did like computer science and blah. But like with her friends, it wasn't, you couldn't bring out those aspects of you. And I always thought, I was like, that's not what I want. And I think after that conversation, just with her that one day, I was like, I don't know what it is. And so I spent a lot of time just secluded away from uni students here, away from just people my age, really. I spent a lot of time with people much older than me. Like, a lot of people I was talking to, whatever, 25, 26. I'm still like 18, 19. And I didn't want to give up those aspects of myself that I thought made me me. I'm a weird guy. I'm just, from what people tell me, and I'm a cool guy and stuff. Like, I'm a cool guy and stuff. And then like when people talk to me, they're like, you a nerd. And I'm just like, okay. And it's like when people try to put you in this box of what they think you should be. And that's when I realized if this is fitted in, I don't want to fit in. I want to be weird. I want to be able to talk about spirituality, religion, frequencies and vibrations, the past, history, philosophy. I want to be able to talk about these things, not just, hey man, you catch the game, yeah bro. Oh my gosh, Messi. Oh my gosh, LeBron. Oh my God, personally, I don't care. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that makes you special in your field. Sure, it's just not my cup of tea. But everybody is so focused on like fitting in and being normal, being accepted, especially in those 18 to like 21 time frames. And in that time, you sacrifice yourself for this thing. And there's nothing wrong with sacrificing yourself, but it's what you're sacrificing yourself for. That's the problem. Like you sacrifice yourself to make yourself better. That's good. Sacrificing yourself to make other people feel comfortable, that's bad. Because it always felt, the trade-off just wasn't worth it. Because at the end of the day, when those people eventually leave, then what? Or even if they don't and they stay, the trade-off is you're just a carbon copy of somebody else you're trying to be. And that's not a sustainable way of living. And I realized that's not how I wanted to live. And so I do my best to be as true to myself as I can. Social events, everything, I'm by myself, with people, whatever. There's no different version of Yatilio that comes out. What you see is what you get at all times of the day, all times of the night, all the time. And of course, I got my own internal battles trying to figure some things out. But I think I made a conscious choice. I feel like I made a conscious choice to be myself, because y'all made me. And who am I to give that up? And I was talking to my imam, my mom's, the other day, and we was talking about Yaakov and his brother, Esau, what's his name? Yeah. And it wasn't necessarily that he gave up his birthright. That wasn't the thing. It was the fact that Yah gave this guy something without him having to ask for it. Yah gave him this thing. And he didn't understand that a gift given by Yah is something that should be cherished. And for you to just easily give that up and trade it off for some food, big man. And I was even the same thing with Cain. Like you gave up this thing that Yah gave you. And that's like, regardless of what it is, necessarily what it is can be traded out for anything. But the fact that you gave up something that Yah gave you as a gift, that's a sin. And so for me, it's like Yah gave me these gifts, this knowledge, this inability to stop thinking, and this inability to stop talking. Surprise, surprise. So why would I give that up? Why, when Yah gave me the words to speak, why should I be quiet? Why, when Yah gave me the voice, I shouldn't speak as loud as I can to as many people as I can? Those are gifts from Yah to me. And it's my responsibility to find out why and spend the rest of my life doing that. But I can't do that trying to fit into a group of people who, one, aren't trying to find that out also, and two, trying to suppress that in me. Nah, I'm good off that. And so in my quest for not fitting in and being my true self, you realize you can't hang out with 85-90% of people you run into, talk to, see on social media, whatever. You realize most people call it the matrix. I just say people sleep. They not only sleep, they don't know they sleep. So they're almost like in a dream, thinking they're awake. So they don't even realize they're asleep. And when you try to tell them they sleep, they go, no, you're asleep. No, you're crazy. So spiritual. Why you gotta bring God into this? Too sidetracked, just a little. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and it was talking about, I was telling him, the reason you don't say God and you say Yah, right? Calling it, think of yourself in an auditorium full of people. Each person out in an auditorium in a crowd represents a God, right? And you go, people, right? You say people. How many people gonna turn around? Probably everybody. 9 times out of 10, probably everybody. Now, if you scream, Yorai, if you scream, Yoshavia, if you scream, Yatsiliel, Natakia, very good chance that specific person is gonna turn around. Same thing with gods, same thing with Yah. And the thing to consider is, let's say you want to hit a new iPhone, for example. If you say gods or God, everybody turns around. You go, I'd like a new iPhone. I don't know if you're talking to me, him, her, who, I don't know. But let's say somebody goes up here, like, hey, here's an iPhone. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, I got a new iPhone. Consideration number one, who just gave you an iPhone? Consideration number two, what are they expecting in return for that iPhone? Consideration number three, what are their intentions in giving you that iPhone? Are you using it to make content for them? And then the question is, what kind of content do they make? You see how all of these things have to be factored in before you go out asking somebody for an iPhone. Same thing with calling Yah by his name and not just saying God's God, whoever, give me an iPhone. But I digress. That's something to take into consideration whenever you out here. Oh God, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Yo, who are you talking to? Be specific. You want to call Yataliel. I'm gonna look back. One, I know there's only one crackhead in this world named Yataliel. Hi guys. But you calling me, yo, John. I'm not looking back. I'm John. I know John too with him. No, that's dead. Haram. But what's it all about? Point is, be your true self, you know? And I'm not speaking from some high horse. I don't know what people think, oh, it has to be, Nah, man, like, I've had this journey of trying to fit in. And for a while, I tried it, you know? Like, I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Very fair assumption, maybe I'm wrong. Went to try it out. I wasn't. I was not. And I only realized when embracing my true self and being weird and being, you know, whatever, those characteristics of yourself that, you know, if you didn't have, you don't think you'd be you, you know? It's like me when I get around like new tech. Oh my gosh, I'm so like, let's go. You know, people around like new shoes, I don't know, cars, of course. I'm such a dude, that's so funny. Be your true self, you know? Stop trying to fit in. Like, why are you trying to fit in with people who don't like themselves? You're fitting in with people who don't like themselves. Just hold that thought. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Be yourself. Inspire other people to be themselves. Like, one thing that I always admired about Naor, funny enough, this guy loves dancing, man. And like, he's pretty good at it, like, really good at it. But when you saw him dancing, you saw him being his true self at the highest level. Think what you want about the guy. Don't care. But when you see that, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Just capturing someone in the essence, in the moment of just being their true selves. It's a beautiful thing to see. And so, go find that, you know? And if you're around people who aren't bringing that out of you, find new people. It sucks. It's hard, man. But then if life was always about happiness and pleasure, everybody would be paragons of wisdom. But it's not. It's not. As very little about life is about happiness and pleasure. Very little. If you're trying to convince you to do the thing that makes you happy, run away from that person. They're crazy. Not only they're crazy, they don't want the best for you. They do not want the best for you. Because the people who want the best for you are consistently and constantly trying to bring out the best parts of you. And you can't have the best parts of you without diving deep into who are you. And that's the other thing, man. Who are you? Who are you? What do you like? What do you want? Like, and not everybody gotta be a tech guy, and everybody gotta be this party. Who are you? Whatever it is, probably is weird. It's true. Like, and weird is relative, by the way. Like, I'm saying it might be weird because shit. I mean, I'm weird. You know, I'm a weird guy. I'm a weird guy, man. It's okay. At least I'm me. Can't nobody take that away from me. At least I'm me. Who are you? Figure that out. And embrace it. Embrace it. Once you embrace the best parts of you, once you embrace those weird parts, you feel this, not weight lifted, but it's just like taking off a bunch of layers of clothes you didn't need to have on to begin with. And you like maximize your motion. I can't do anything right now. My shoulder hurts. But maximize the motion, you know, and then you're like, wow, I can really dance. It's like, yeah, it's easy to dance if you're not restricted by just movement, you know? And when you do that, it feels so good. It really does, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It feels impeccable. Yeah, that's like I say, stupendous. I don't know if that's a real word. I feel like he just says stuff that just sound cool. I'm just too dumb to know. God. Ladies. But yeah, be yourself. Stop trying to fit in. And this is your friendly reminder. Everybody you look up to stood out. Why are you trying to fit in? Have a blessed day.